The wedding bells were supposed to chime in a month, a symphony of joy and commitment. Yet, the melody that echoed in my ears was a discordant dissonance, a jarring note of doubt and despair. It all started with a text, a cryptic message from my fiancée's best friend, Sarah. I saw her, the message read, with another man. At the cafe on Elm Street, around 7 p.m. My heart plummeted, a leaden weight settling in my stomach. My fiancée, Emily, had just finished a video call with me, claiming to be swamped with work. The image of her smiling face, her voice laced with exhaustion, flashed in my mind, a stark contrast to the accusatory words on my phone screen. Anger surged through me, a hot, blinding rage. How could Sarah, Emily's closest confidant, betray her like this? And Emily, the woman I was about to pledge my life to, could she be capable of such deception? The seed of doubt, once planted, grew into a thorny vine, its tendrils constricting my heart. Driven by a maelstrom of emotions, I found myself at the cafe, the address etched into my memory. My steps were heavy, each one a thud against the pavement, echoing the rhythm of my pounding heart. As I approached the cafe, I saw them. There, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun, was Emily, her laughter tinkling like wind chimes, her eyes sparkling with something other than love for me. She was perched on the lap of another man, his arm wrapped possessively around her waist. Their lips were locked in a passionate embrace, a tableau of intimacy that shattered my world. The scene before me was a grotesque caricature of the future I had envisioned, a future built on trust and unwavering devotion. A wave of nausea washed over me, the ground beneath my feet seeming to tilt and sway. I wanted to turn and run, to escape the suffocating reality that had just unfolded. But my feet were rooted to the spot, held captive by the macabre spectacle before me. Time seemed to slow, each second stretching into an eternity. The couple finally broke apart, their eyes meeting in a conspiratorial glance. Emily's gaze landed on me, and for a fleeting moment, I saw a flicker of guilt, a momentary crack in her carefully constructed facade. But it was gone as quickly as it appeared, replaced by a cold indifference that sent a shiver down my spine. She stood up, her hand brushing against the man's cheek in a lingering caress. Then, with a final, disdainful look in my direction, she turned and walked away, leaving me standing there, a broken statue in the fading light. The walk back to my apartment was a blur, my mind a chaotic jumble of emotions. Anger, betrayal, and a profound sense of loss battled for dominance. I felt like a fool, a naive puppet manipulated by a master of deceit. Days turned into weeks, each one a slow, agonizing crawl towards a future I no longer recognized. I confronted Emily, the evidence of her betrayal laid bare before her. Her initial denial crumbled under the weight of my accusations, replaced by a tearful confession. She admitted to a whirlwind romance, a stolen moment of passion that had spiraled out of control. She claimed it meant nothing, a fleeting mistake fueled by loneliness and a yearning for excitement. But her words rang hollow, mere echoes in the cavernous emptiness that had become my heart. The wedding was called off, the dreams we had woven together torn apart by a single act of infidelity. I tried to forgive, to salvage the remnants of our love, but the trust, once shattered, could not be mended. The months that followed were a blur of grief and introspection. I questioned everything I thought I knew about love, about commitment, about the very foundation of human connection. Was true love a myth, a fragile illusion shattered by the harsh realities of betrayal? As the pain slowly subsided, a newfound clarity emerged. I realized that Emily's actions, while devastating, had ultimately set me free. I was no longer bound to a relationship built on deceit and unfulfilled promises. I began to rebuild my life, piece by piece. I reconnected with old friends, pursued new hobbies, and rediscovered the joy of simply being myself. The path to healing was long and arduous, but with each step, I felt myself growing stronger, more resilient. One day, while volunteering at a local animal shelter, I met a woman named Olivia. She was kind, compassionate, and possessed a gentle spirit that drew me in. We started spending time together, sharing stories, laughter, and a newfound appreciation for life's simple pleasures. Olivia didn't try to replace Emily, nor did she expect me to forget the past. Instead, she accepted me, scars and all, offering a safe harbor in the storm that had been my life. With her, I learned to trust again, to open my heart to the possibility of love, even after the devastating blow of betrayal. The road ahead was uncertain, but I faced it with newfound optimism. I had learned that love, true love, could survive even the most devastating storms. It was a love built on honesty, respect, and a shared commitment to growth. The betrayal I had endured had left its mark, but it had also made me stronger, more resilient, and more appreciative of the genuine connections that life offered. The future was a blank canvas, an opportunity to paint a masterpiece of love, trust, and unyielding hope.